Warriors Tyler's back with my 2 reviews for tonight. And this is the second to last review of the SmackDown vs RAW trilogy in 2010. And after that will be 2011. Yeah. This was actually better than '09, but yeah. It came out in 2009, which I already did the entire year of 2009, so you already know. I finished it this year. And I'll be back by January. Not like this year, though. Oh, thank God 2021 is nearly the end, but still. So yeah, and now I swapped the... first off, when you start the game, it has a new tutorial mode, which you already know how to play a game. But the only difference is to drag somebody, you press... I think you have to hold circle. And, no, you... No, that's just... Yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's different. And submission is, clicking the R3 button, and now the reversal is just one button now, with R... Just one button now, instead of 2, so... Yeah, and, the controls are different this time around, and they will switch it again by the next one, so we'll get to that. There's a new Championship Scramble mode, which we'll get to that now. It's basically like you saw around Unforgiven 2008, which, spoilers for that, we'll look out for that for the next year. Yeah, and, they changed the Royal Rumble this time around. Instead of pushing people over the top rope, you have different ways to eliminate him by pushing them off the ropes or doing that whole, like putting them out, like putting their feet off of them, which is kind of dumb, or the turnbuckle. And you can do finishers in the Royal Rumble this time around, and, yeah, and then the rest are the same. The firm match is still there. The, Extreme Rules are still there. Basically the same match types. There is I forgot that last year, they have a creative finisher mode, which I forgot to mention that. Here they changed that you can do it from the top rope or the top, or a corner finisher. And they had new modes, like a new, thing, like a paint tool and, story designer, which is actually kind of fun to make your own stories. And, yeah, that's kind of fun, and, yeah. And the arenas are still there. They always go backwards in pay-per-views. Like, they have mostly '08 arenas and 3 or 4 of the '09 ones. And they brought in legends this time out. You could play as The Rock, but Stone Cold Steve Austin is a DLC character, so yeah. Why? The Creamo is just the same, actually. It's just, and by next year they change it, so yeah. And then let's get to the Road to WrestleMania mode, the main course. There is a different set of Road to WrestleMania, so Mickey James is the first winning one, and then they didn't do it again until 2K20, which I already reviewed, so yeah. It's kind of a precursor to the Women's Revolution, but not really. And this foreshadow the Women's Royal Rumble isn't occurring until 2018, which I'll probably do for my Rumble reviews. I'll probably do like 2 reviews for that one. But yeah. Or maybe, no, I'll do 4. It's the hell of it. And there's a create a wrestler mode, which is the first time. And I had to make a, you had to make a wrestler. I had to make Homer Simpson from the Simpsons. Shh. And I gotta tell you after the 2011 review. And, yeah, you're feuding with Vince McMahon. And you did the DX thing with the sound thing and, the drawing on his face. And yeah, it's always at WrestleMania, and yeah. The brand warfare storyline is just okay, and that one you use Triple H and John Cena for that storyline. Randy Orton is just boring. It's just him and his legacy nonsense, but they're not called legacy in the game. But yeah, and that foreshadows that WrestleMania 26 match. Yeah, you know, I already reviewed that one like last year. What else? It's just I don't. Edge is actually good. It's his heel persona. Yeah. Yeah, and he feud with Mr. Kane, but this game was released after he got released. Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, that's a problem with these games. They have a wrestler either retire or they are not with the company anymore. That's whatever. And the Shawn Michaels one was actually good. With you feuding with JBL, which that did happen in 2009, but again, this was around the time JBL retired. And yeah, you already know about my WrestleMania 25 review, so go back to that last year. And yeah, for Raw, so my opinion, the World's WrestleMania modes were good. They're way better than 09's. Well, they were not bad, but they were just ugh. So yeah. And that's basically all I have to say about this game, basically. The pros, the controls are actually different from this time around. The gameplay's the same. And the Road to WrestleMania mode was actually better this time around. Cons, Stone Cold not being an actual playable character. And that's basically it. Creation mode is a better concept, and yeah, that's another pro. But yeah, I give this game a 7 out of 10. It was a good game. So I actually finally get to mention this game this time around. Oh yeah, by the way, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention Orton's World Tour WrestleMania. Undertaker was the World Championship on Raw. Well, Taker was the World Championship by that time in 2009. That was correct. Incorrect. He was not on Raw. He was on SmackDown from that. Well, he was not. He hadn't been on Raw since 2002, since the first brand split began. But that's yeah. But anyways, next up is 2011, and that's it for the trilogy. So yeah, bye.